The wife had just come home from cutting grass for the pigs when her husband splashed cold water on her. In a fit of rage, she stuffed him into a trash can, threw him into the river, then took her luggage and went to the city alone to find work. But as soon as she arrived, she saw a blind man about to fall into an open manhole by the road. Without a word, she lay down on the ground so he could cross safely. She never expected a passing CEO to see the whole thing. Impressed by her, he hired her at his company. But on her very first day, the team lead asked her to front the money for her co-workers' lunches, and just like that, she kept paying for 3 whole months. Every time she sent a group payment request, everyone pretended not to see it. Until the last day of her internship, when she went to the team lead for reimbursement, the woman said, "Did anyone hold a knife to you and force you to pay? You're just a lousy intern trying to suck up to us. Didn't you do it willingly?" Looking at her smug, ugly face, I gave a cold smile and took the loss right there. The next day, the company's most important client came to visit. To pocket a kickback, Jiang Qing actually put me in charge of ordering lunch again. I agreed without hesitation, then turned around and ordered over a dozen empty takeout boxes for the meeting room. With 5 minutes left before lunch break, people around the office were already calling my name one after another. Seeing that I didn't respond, Jiang Qing frowned and knocked on my desk. "What are you standing there for? Hurry up and order lunch." She was my direct supervisor and the person in the whole company who loved bossing me around the most. On my first day, I only helped her buy takeout once as a favor. After that, ordering food was my job, picking up packages was my job, even changing the water jug became my job. At first, I thought about saying no, but whenever I showed even the slightest reluctance, she would say, "It's normal for new people to run more errands. We all went through the same thing back then." Because she was my boss, I didn't dare offend her, so I could only swallow my frustration. But what shocked me most was that whenever my coworkers asked me to bring them things, they never paid me back. Every time I sent a payment request in the group chat, they acted like they didn't see it. It's just a little money. Transferring it is such a hassle. Just get finance to reimburse you when your internship ends. I believed them. And I believed them for 3 whole months. During those 3 months, I paid for everyone's meals in our team. "Yang Gigi, are you deaf? Can't you see everyone's waiting on you?" I gritted my teeth and slowly stood up from my desk. Seeing that, a coworker naturally shoved the order page in front of me. "Get me some hot and sour noodles and add a fried egg, then get me an iced Americano." Half an hour later, I put everything I bought on the table. But not one person mentioned paying me back, and no one even said thank you, as if this was what I was supposed to do. I kept comforting myself, telling myself that as long as I could become full-time, everything I had done would be worth it. Until the last day of my internship, when I organized all the payment records from the past 3 months and went to finance. Ms. Jiang from finance took the stack of receipts and looked completely surprised. "Miss Yang, if I remember correctly, you're still an intern, right?" "Yes, Ms. Jiang. These receipts are all for meals my coworkers asked me to pay for first. They said I should come to you for reimbursement after my internship ended, but the system shows your team's meal expenses have already been reimbursed." "Already reimbursed? Didn't your team lead tell you?" "The company's meal allowance is deposited into everyone's payroll card every month. There's no need for any extra reimbursement. But I paid all this money up front." "That was your personal choice. It has nothing to do with the company." I stood in the finance office for a long time, unable to say a word. Ms. Jiang glanced at me. "The company process is already complete, and the meal allowance has already been paid to everyone's bank cards. We can't reimburse it a second time. If you want your money back, I suggest you talk it out with your coworkers." I stared at the payment records on the computer, almost unable to believe my eyes. "You mean they received the meal allowance every single month?" They had already gotten their meal allowance, yet they still kept making me buy their food. It was obvious. They saw me as just an intern, someone easy to bully. When I returned to the office area, Jiang Qing was touching up her lipstick while scrolling on her phone. I stood in front of her desk, not knowing how to start. But thinking of the landlord's rent reminder from yesterday, I forced myself to speak. "Team lead Jiang, I just went to finance. And Ms. Jiang said our team's meal allowance is deposited into everyone's payroll card every month, so the company can't reimburse it." As soon as I finished, Jiang Qing stared at me. So, I was scared, but I still said what was on my mind. "I hope you can ask everyone to pay me back. I've organized everything. The total is 13,154.50 yuan." I thought that even if she was unhappy, she would at least feel guilty. But Jiang Qing only glanced at the list. "Yang Gigi, what is this supposed to mean?" "Team lead Jiang, I just want to get back the money that belongs to me." The second I said that, Jiang Qing shot up from her chair. "Yang, you're just a little intern and you dare go to finance to investigate?" "I wasn't investigating. I was asking for reimbursement. Don't give me that nonsense. You went behind my back to finance because you were afraid we wouldn't pay you, right? It's such a small amount of money. Did you really need to keep track of every cent? See? I told you. This intern looks innocent, but she's more calculating than anyone. When we ask you to bring us something, it means we think highly of you and want you to fit into the team faster. But you went running to finance to complain. I didn't complain. I just want my money back. Is that wrong too? Yang Gigi, we never forced you to bring us anything, did we? Didn't you do it willingly? Did anyone put a knife to your throat? Sending a group payment request is one thing, but chasing people to their desks for money? Seriously? I've never seen an intern like you. I looked at the gloating smiles around me and unconsciously clenched my fists. Clearly, every time, they were the ones who asked me to pay first, saying finance would reimburse everything after my internship ended. But now, with just a few words, they wanted to erase 3 months of money I had paid for them. Yang Zizi, get this straight. You're not full-time yet. Isn't it normal for an intern to run errands and buy meals for senior coworkers? But my monthly salary is less than 5,000. That money really matters to me. I can barely even pay rent now. Not being able to pay rent is your problem. What does that have to do with us? As your boss, I'll teach you a lesson today. Don't bring your personal problems into the company. Suddenly, a notification popped up in the department group chat. And this isn't personal? Hey, did you guys hear? This client is a big deal. The chairman is going to receive them personally. Then we'd better arrange everything properly tomorrow. Not a single mistake. A bad feeling rose in my chest. Sure enough, the next second, it was the same old routine. You're in charge of ordering lunch. I looked down at the group message. A business meal for 6 people, budget over 500 each. Just glancing at the amount made my stomach drop. Yang, I'm talking to you, are you deaf? I looked up at the team lead. Do I still have to pay up front this time? Ha 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 ha! Who else would? But right now, I only have a few dozen yuan to my name. Could you pay first? Yang Zizi, don't say I didn't warn you. Your internship isn't over yet. On your full-time evaluation form, my opinion counts for 40%. And don't feel wronged. This is how the workplace is. Young people taking a loss is normal. Okay, no problem. That's more like it. An intern should act like an intern. After assigning the work, the office went quiet again. I sat at my desk and slowly opened my phone. The screen was still on the landlord's message demanding rent. I used to think that if I just held it in and took a little loss, I could get through it. But now I finally understood. Some people don't stop when you take a step back. The more you give in, the more they push. Early the next morning, as soon as I arrived at the company, I could feel the atmosphere was different. Usually before 9, the office was still loose and lazy. But today, everyone was already seated. Jiang Qing had even put on heavy makeup. As soon as she saw me, she said, "Reorganize the client materials and meeting outline and put them on my desk. And don't forget lunch. It has to arrive before noon." Looking at the huge pile of documents on the desk, I almost wanted to laugh. From preparing materials to receiving the client and then arranging lunch, almost every task most likely to go wrong had been dumped on me. If anything went wrong, I'd be the one responsible. Yesterday, when Jiang Qing threatened me with my full-time position, I already knew she had bad intentions. But I didn't expect her to go this far. She didn't just want me to front the lunch money. She wanted to pin the entire risk of the client reception on me. Holding a huge pile of documents, I went alone to the break room and started thinking. If I paid again today, forget rent, I wouldn't even have money to eat next month. But if I didn't, Jiang Qing would block my full-time offer. No job, no apartment. At this point, I had no way out. At exactly 10 o'clock, the client arrived on time. The chairman personally went to the entrance to greet them. Jiang Qing was all smiles, bending over to hand the client the documents, acting as humble as she possibly could. "This way, please. The meeting room is ready for you." I followed behind with coffee, handed out the materials one by one, then retreated to the corner to take notes. During the meeting, Jiang Qing secretly glanced at me a few times, clearly satisfied with my performance today. At that moment, she still naively thought she had me under control. But she didn't know that from the moment she threatened me yesterday, I had already decided to go all the way. At 11:30, the meeting was coming to an end, and the client was clearly interested in the proposal. "Mr. Wang, it's getting late. Why don't you have a simple lunch with us here?" The client was willing to give face. Jiang Qing was great at taking credit, so she immediately turned to look at me sitting in the corner. "Xiaoyang, did you order the lunch I asked you to order yesterday?" The next second, every pair of eyes landed on me. I glanced at my phone and slowly stood up. "It's already here, downstairs." "Then what are you waiting for? Go get it." I slowly got up and walked out the door, obedient like a well-behaved student. The elevator doors opened, and the delivery guy was already waiting in the lobby. I walked over. "Did you pack everything the way I said?" "All packed." "And the receipt?" "Right here." I put away the receipt, brought the delivery guy upstairs, and pushed the food cart straight to the meeting room door. Jiang Qing quickly stood up. "Come on, everyone. You've worked hard all morning. Let's eat first and talk after." Just as she reached out her hand, "Team lead Jiang, finance said this order amount is pretty high, so the person in charge needs to sign and confirm it first." Jiang Qing froze for a second, then forcefully covered my mouth and pushed me outside. "Let the leaders eat first. We'll talk about reimbursement privately later." But I had barely stepped out when in the very next second. "Why are these takeout boxes empty?"